Hey, what's up guys? June here. In today's video, we're going over the week of January 3rd, 2022. Welcome to the new year. Hopefully this year is going to be full of good trading, good lessons, good losses, good winners, terrible losers, and perhaps terrible winners. First week of the year, not so hot, but that's okay. We'll get them next time. We'll get them next year. So 6 trades, -6. We had some slippage on one of the trades. First trade. Oh, that seems to be a no fill. Right, so what's happening here? We have more of a mean reverting idea or breakout range idea. It defined the top, defined the bottom, comes up, washes, doesn't come back. Nothing you can do. Oh, nothing you can do about that one. Okay, so this trade here, we have the Russell. It's coming down hard. Comes here, enters here. I'm sort of noticing this common thread. I said Momo idea. It's more of an expansion, but this is not even related to the expansion because an expansion would be this. Not too sure what to call this one. Nevertheless, the stop wasn't the best. But that's where I put it, and I got stopped out. It's really the bouncing off of here, trading in the middle of the range. Did it end up going to target? I'm not too sure. What's this? All right, the MES we have. Oh yeah, this wasn't really clear. This is the first week was a little bit rough, wasn't it? Okay, what do we have? I have what is defined as my major. Not the craziest of lower lows. If anything, it's one of those. Okay, it doesn't want to come back. Anyways, you get the idea. It just poked the low, coming back up for the extension lower. That was the idea. There was a huge gap actually on the left, nothing but thin air. So that's where I put the emphasis on. I saw this, one line balance, came out of balance, even went up to the press. Let me just came out of balance, rotated back in. This was considered a swap. I was pulling off of the start of the one line balance, mostly because the stop wasn't behind much, and I decided to put it here, and it just ripped. But it did come back on the backside. Of course, it's much later in the day, but yeah, interesting. I did point out this press too. Very interesting, right? Boom, 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 press. It's a bit more on the fly idea, that's for sure. But it didn't work out. Did not work out. This was the initial trade actually, right here, right? Because it didn't really come out too much. Maybe if there was a subtle swing, I could have taken a short based on the subtle swings. That's possible as well. Didn't work. Of course, we have a confirmed swing here. Yeah, this one was a little rougher. Why? Well, this is the market going. Some trades over here could have been taken maybe if I wanted to. Keeps going. And by like this bar here, we're no longer doing this move. So that's why I was a little, and it wasn't a crazy wash either. And we kind of already washed it here. I remember trying to go long, didn't quite come out. If I got filled here, I think I had my stop here. I think I had my entry here, and it just didn't get filled. And then I moved the entry a bit lower, and this would have been filled. Then it went. So at that point, my emotions had the best of me there. And boop. And it probably just went lower. Didn't work out. Yeah, it went lower. And I tried to take this trade. This one more than adequate. I like it. I like it a lot. Why? Well, kind of gapping down, right? Came here, retested it. This is where the press was, so it did do something. Came back. I considered this all one move of a right side entry. We tried again, tried here. It just didn't work out. Something to expand to. So that's also pretty nice. It just didn't want to go. Okay. So this is the MES. We have it going. Yeah, so this is the strange idea of once the market expands, we're not going to expect another expansion or a major leg to react that well. So what ended up happening, we have a major that expanded. So this was the swing we were following. Expansion, expand, achieve, or expand, continue. Comes back, doesn't do it. Comes back here. An expansion of the expansion. It's like, ugh. So I think right now the idea would be once a swing expands, don't try to play the expansion of the expansion, at least until further notice. And yeah, in terms of right side entries, I like the right side entry. Pretty good right side entry. Everything had, there's everything for it, Bam, here. Nice one line balance. We had this one. It's a little too sharp for my liking. So we can use this one. Kept going. Zoom, retest. Stop pretty high, to be honest. But I used some of the context of the wash, the top, for it. But the overall macro idea wasn't there. So, yep, that's basically that. And then we have this one. So unfortunate. So this is where I have started to implement the 20-minute chart and looking on a bit bigger scale, mostly for direction, mostly for areas to trade to, kind of a North Star. I'm going to be using something called the volume profile and using the POC. Now the POC is the point of concentration, or rather a good value area. Most of the time it lines up with either a gap swap, a press, something that I'm already paying attention to. The only difference is I'm doing on a much higher time frame or even an actual time frame. I trade tick charts. But if I look at a 20-minute, this could have been conceived as not a horizontal range idea, but rather a slanted one. I might have taken a picture of it, but I'm not too sure. Like, this could have been a good short, maybe a short up here, whatever, and it decided to go, continue. So that's that. In terms of entries, and say this was a perfectly defined horizontal and not a geometric 3D range or consolidation, and this was actually the 2D version of it, the entry is fine, right? We have, maybe here you could say this was really the pivot, but I drew off of here, fine. Comes back. I was waiting for either the breakout range idea to go continue. Instead, it came back in for what is a cheap shot because this was Friday. Or if I had to hold throughout the weekend, I'll go up here. Of course, boom. Oh, this was a beautiful entry. Look at that. Boo. Came back down. Boo. I thought I was golden. I thought I was golden here. Then I thought I was screwed. Then I was golden. And then I was screwed. This was when the market opened back up. So, shame. Entry was definitely there. Executed perfectly. It's just the context was not there. Okay, I can accept that. And that will be it for the first week of January. Definitely a tough week. Didn't seem to get the idea, or of course my ideas and targets, I have them at 6, but it's just I chose the wrong ideas, I suppose. That's it. So that'll be all for this week. Till next time, adios.